My name is Gaius Julius Caesar, conqueror of Gaul, scourge of the Britons and Germans, and Rome's greatest commander. Once I was a consul of this proud republic, and led the squabbling group who call themselves senators. But now, the wind has turned. Today, I cast the die as I cross these waters and march against my erstwhile ally, Pompey, and the scheming Optimates. The events that have forced my hand have been both tragic and glorious, and in their retelling, let future citizens understand why brother must fight brother, and why Caesar must prevail. Alia Jacta Est.
Alia Jacta Est indeed. Welcome everybody to Let's Play Hegemony Rome, The Rise of Caesar. As always, I'm your host, J Square John Jeremy, and we find ourselves with an early access game just released on Steam. Now, this particular game is something that I found about a week ago. I didn't really know much about it, but from what I've seen and from what I've from people that I've talked with, this is apparently a title that is getting some attention. And I even had the opportunity to speak with the developers of this particular game, and I am excited by what they are telling me. So I thought, well, why not go ahead and record this myself? So this is an early access game, just released, and as you can see here, we have early access notes as well. Welcome to the early access release of Hegemony Rome. For those just joining us, this is an unfinished version of the game, and does not necessarily represent what the final game will look or play like when it's released. While all major features are in place, there are still significant bugs, balance problems, and minor features that need to be implemented. See below for a list of known issues. The goal of this release is both to identify new issues that need to be fixed, and also to get general feedback from the community on what's fun, what we can improve, and where we should focus our attention. After the game, we invite you to join the discussion over on Steam's Hegemony Community Hub, and let us know what you think. Thanks for playing the Longbow team. Now, like I said, I spoke with some of the individuals that are part of the Longbow team, as they were actually streaming live on Twitch this particular game release. So I'm excited by what I've seen and what I've heard from these developers. Now, here's what we are getting. At this time, only chapters 1 and 2 of the campaign are available. We recommend starting with chapter 1 since it means beginning with a tutorial to introduce the mechanics. Before release, we will also launch chapters 3 and 4 and the sandbox mode. So here's the game. You are basically playing as Gaius Julius Caesar as he begins his career all the way through the Gaul campaign. Now, the sandbox mode is basically you playing as a faction on the campaign map, and you are attempting to create your own empire. Looking forward to either one of those options, but right now we'll be playing through the campaign, at least the first 2 chapters of it, and we'll see what happens. As far as known issues go, again, it is it's a early access title, so there are some things that are not yet finalized or finished. Unit grouping, for example, ship movement, AI tactics, the campaign, sandbox is not yet in effect, the art has not yet been filled in, and significant stuttering when loading new assets. Interesting. Not all graphical configuration options are working yet. Well, I hope that the majority of the ones that I picked up are. Alright. So, this is Hegemony Rome. As you can see, it looks nice. Definitely looks nice for an early access title. I've maxed out whatever options that do work. And let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So we have campaigns, there's sandboxes, but it's not yet in effect. And there's mods for the game, not yet finalized here. So here we have Chapter 1, Migrants and Conquerors. Upon becoming proconsul of Gaul, Caesar is forced to respond to the Helvetii, a warlike tribe that wished to migrate through his land. This would prove to be the first of many threats that would keep Caesar fighting in Gaul for 8 years. There's also Chapter 2 available, the bravest of these. As Caesar's political enemies in Rome challenge his proconsulship, he must return to Gaul to deal with the revolting tribes of Belgae. If he does not use this opportunity to leave an impression upon the Senate and people of Rome, this would be his last year in command. I wonder if it'll show us Chapter 3. It will. Chapter 3, an island unto himself. With all of Gaul largely pacified, Caesar has set his sights on a more glorious conquest, Britannia. But the island across the sea will prove to be more resilient than he expected. And Chapter 4, men believe what they wish. As Caesar waits out the remainder of his command, the Gauls unite under King Vercingetorix, alright? Yeah, to launch an all-out rebellion against the Roman occupation. So those are the 4 chapters for the game, and again, the first 2 are available to us, as you can see by the play button. So let's go ahead and hit the play button and find out what happens. Oh, looks like a loading screen.
At the end of my consulate, my efforts on behalf of Rome were rewarded with the lucrative Roman provinces of Gaul and Illyricum. Cato and his Optimates had been intent on blocking my appointment, and I will not deny that my alliance with Pompey, solidified through marriage to my dear Julia, played a role in securing my new position. When word reached the city that the Germans had crossed the Rhine at the bequest of the Sequani, and that combat had pushed the Helvetii tribe into the province herself, it seemed the fates had aligned in my favor. Many could still recall the last time the Germans crossed our borders, and the chance to gain glory in the eyes of the populace was an opportunity not to be missed. I packed my belongings and left for Gaul at once. My new lieutenant should be waiting just past this valley. He'll apprise me of the situation.
All right.
Welcome to Hegemony Rome, the rise of Caesar. I'm here to teach you the ins and outs of the game. Start by selecting Caesar with the left mouse button.
There we have Julius Caesar. He's a general. Generals can be assigned to lead units or to govern camps or cities. When assigned a command, the general's attributes will be applied to the unit or building. Wow, alright. Left click to select, left click and shift to add to selection, F1 for more information. Can we zoom out here? Can we look around? No, looks like no. Alright, we're kind of locked into this. I like how it says early access in the banner. Let's go ahead and click on Caesar then.
The right mouse button is used to issue orders. Right-click on the arrow to issue a move order.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and move him over to this area over here, it looks like.
Sir, thank you for arriving with such haste.
Labienus, you are endorsed by Pompey himself. I trust your judgment as I trust his.
Understood. It appears a tribe of Gauls, the Helvetii, have abandoned their homes to migrate westward. They intend to pass through the province. These Helvetii are known to make war and ravage any land through which they travel. So mad are these Gauls that they've even set their own cities ablaze, lest they be tempted to turn back.
Take a look at these burning cities. Start by zooming out with a mouse wheel.
Oh, I have a mouse wheel. Alright, burning cities.
Put your cursor over the Helvetii city and zoom in. The camera will always zoom in to your cursor.
Oh, really? So we have Lusona, an independent area located on the northern shore of modern Lake Geneva. Lusona became a major trading post in Roman times due to its position between the Rhone and Rhine rivers and the Great St. Bernard's Pass. It has wooden walls and a river port. So if we zoom in here...
There's another burning city to the north. You can pan short distances by holding the middle mouse button.
Alright. Going up north.
Finally, rotate by holding the Alt key and moving your mouse left and right. Press Next when you're comfortable with the controls.
Here's our rotation. Whoa, that's a bit weird. Alright. Interesting. Okay. This is Iburodunum, settled by the Helvetii for its waterfront, which served as both an important source of fishing and an important line of communication. Stone rows have found nearby indicate that the area has been populated since 5000 BC. Also wooden walls and a river port, but these guys are burning now, so I'm not really too sure what use wood is.
The Helvetii will move south into our territory at Genava. We should push forward to meet their advance, sir.
You have a new objective. A reward is gained for every objective completed. Click the objective for more details.
Okay, so we can click a general arrive, send Caesar to Genava. Your troops are awaiting your arrival at Genava. Regroup there in order to deal with the Helvetii. Completing this objective is required to win the current scenario. And we get a unit of Legio and 90 gold. Okay. What's this? What do these buttons do? Anything? No. Oh, nope. It makes me go to them. Okay. Interesting. So, Gaius, I need you to go to... not the supply line. I need you to go here. Alright. Oh, and I can zoom him in and out like this. Interesting. No, terrain is inaccessible. Press the wrong button. Go back to there. So we can zoom in here. Really close, actually. As we watch him go. Don't fall on the rocks now. We're discovering different regions here. What is this? A mine. An type of resource building that uses workers or slaves to produce gold that increases your income. Nice. There's Titus Labienus.
It looks like we've arrived just in time, sir. The Helvetii are already attempting to cross into the province. I've ordered your legion to prepare for deployment while they await your arrival. They're ready to receive your orders, sir.
All right.
Before the Helvetii move too far, it would be a good idea to pause the game. Press the spacebar to pause. Issuing an attack order is just like issuing a move order. Left-click on the Legion and right-click on the Helvetii.
Okay. So here we have the Legio, the core unit of the Roman army. The flexible, disciplined, and highly trained Legion excels as forward battle line unit, but can also provide ranged support using their short-range pylons. They're supplied and they have a battle line. Okay. And then over here, we've got the Helvetii Incursion. A fast-moving light infantry, skirmishers are fierce melee fighters, and their large numbers are ideal for swarming and surrounding enemies. However, their light armor means they cannot last long in combat, and are very vulnerable to charges, particularly from cavalry. Unfortunately, I have no cavalry. Here's the, oh god, there goes his face. Early access, guys, early access. Let's see here now. So we are paused right now. We do have a bunch of buttons up here as well. But the game is asking me to attack, so attack I shall. I left-click on them, right-click.
Unpause the game and your troops will execute their order. Use the spacebar to unpause.
I like how I can zoom out on the map. Like, that's our map. This is how far our map goes. And then I can zoom in right where my mouse is, and I'm right back to the battle. That's really cool. I do like that a lot.
You always have full control while the game is paused, so don't forget to take advantage of it.
Oh, I'll be taking advantage of it for sure. Alright, let's zoom in on the action here. We got a charge bonus there. Oh, they're starting to fall there. I don't think we've lost a unit yet. I've been watching. I think we're doing a good job here. Our line is strong.
Good. Now we must destroy that bridge before more of them try to cross.
Alright, they are retreating.
Destruction orders are issued with a context menu. With your legion selected, hold the right mouse button over the bridge.
Right mouse button with legion selected. Alright, so select legion, right mouse button. Out of bounds.
Now select the destroy option and let go of your right mouse button.
So demolish, you mean? Probably means demolish. So demolish a bridge or camp so you can no longer have to pay upkeep so it cannot be used by enemy factions.
Good.
Okay.
Destroying the bridge will only take a moment.
Onward, men! Destroy the bridge. Now, hopefully it's not my only way around. That would be really awkward, wouldn't it? Alright. A little timer there, it looks like.
That will hold them off, but only for the time being. Labienus, does Genava have any cavalry to speak of?
Yes, sir. I already have one recruited.
Cavalry!
Good. I suspect the Helvetii will travel through the Jura Mountains. Take the cavalry and the legion to Lugdunum and stage an army there. I will travel back to Cisalpine Gaul to fetch more legions.
Understood, sir. But be aware that the mountain tribes have been growing increasingly hostile. You may be able to make it through the pass safely on your own, but bringing legions back is sure to attract their attention.
For completing that objective, you've been rewarded with a brigade of cavalry in the city of Genova. When you complete an objective, your rewards will appear in the event log.
Cool.
You've been given a new brigade of cavalry in Genova. To remove them from the city, start by selecting the city.
Okay, select the
Now
city.
select the Units tab.
So, Genava. The Gaelic town of Genava stood at the north boundary of the Allobroge and controlled the bridge needed to move beyond into the territory of the Helvetii. After Rome fell, the city changed hands many times before it became independent in 1535. It joined the Swiss Confederacy in 1815. And now I want to select the Units tab here.
Next, select the cavalry unit.
Here's my cavalry. The picked cavalry of Geneva, rather. A critical part of any army, cavalry are more expensive to maintain, but can travel quickly and provide essential support to a slower moving battle line. Cavalry are most effective as scouts, raiders, or in direct combat against light infantry, like those that we just had with the Helvetii. Hopefully we have more of those.
Finally, issue a move order outside of the city to exit.
You got it. Move out here.
Before you head to Lugdunum, you should merge Labienus with the cavalry. Simply select Labienus and right-click on a brigade to merge them.
Titus Labienus. So we're going to go ahead and merge him and have him command that.
Generals are weak on their own, but they give special bonuses to the brigade they're attached to. And different generals have different bonuses. Now that you're ready to move out, notice that one of your objectives has an icon next to it. These are your Hegemony objectives and are required in order to win the campaign.
Oh, good to know. Notice that our morale is also higher now because our general is here. So we want to travel to Eporidia. Meanwhile, Caesar travels to Lugdunum. And we want to also find at least 2 abandoned forts in the Alps. And we also have another objective, Sequani raids. Although the bulk of the Helvetii have been repelled at Genava, some raiders have already found their way south of the city and begun pillaging Sequani land. The Sequani have asked for support against these attacks and are willing to cede control of their cities in return for their safety. Ooh. Defeat the raiders south of Genava and gain control of all Sequani cities and farms south of it. So if I wanted to go south, that's down here, I assume. Like where the logging camp is. Okay. Okay. That's an option for us, right? So instead of... Let's go down here. I want to see what we can do with this. Scavenging. Oh, there's the Helvetii Raiders. We'll go ahead and get those guys. Charge them! Equipped with shields and spears, they are better armored but less offensive and slower than skirmishers. Using a battle line stance, spearmen are well suited for blocking enemy charges, or to hold enemy units in place while lighter troops attempt to flank. We might not actually be doing this well in this one. If they're not exactly light skirmishers. think, okay, no, we did. We won. Good job. Although we lost some troops there. Not a fan of that. Go after them. Helvetii Raiders have been defeated. Oh yeah? Now what? This unit has surrendered. Using any combat unit, the remaining troops can be captured as slaves or executed on the spot. Surrendered hostages may be recaptured by the faction who recruited them. Oh? So they're defeated. If I were to go over here, and now I'm capturing them. Now you will become my slaves. Hostility +1. Yeah, but now they're slaves. Slaves are non-combatants that can be moved into farms, mines, or logging camps that generate resources. Slaves are created when capturing resource buildings with workers in them, or by capturing combat units that have surrendered. Slaves do not consume food, cost gold, or contribute to the garrison. Slave units can be merged together into groups of up to 40 men. So we've got a slave unit here, and now I guess I can have them farm? Enter, close. Yeah, I guess they can farm, right? Is that what they're going to do if I do that? I don't know, let's find out. Put out the fires you just started, guys. Let's see what they do here. I'm intrigued. They are capturing the farm. Okay, I didn't know the farm needed to be captured. Thought it was my farm. I like how a bunch of slaves just standing there equals capture. It's like capture the flag. So we can halt, construct a building, change stance, forced march, load food, unload food, farm captured. And now they're farming. Fantastic, keep farming. I'm done with you guys. Ox cart of the Sequani. Nope, I want to leave that one alone. Let's go ahead and continue our way down here. What's this? Helvetii Raiders again? We'll have to go the long way around. That's unfortunate. What's this mean? Albrosius, picked cavalry of Geneva, auto pause. I don't know what this is. But we're about to attack the this group over here. It looks like we're actually attacking over a path. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, you got stuck there. Got a nice charge bonus there. We've completed Sequani raids, gained control of all Sequani cities and farms south of Geneva. And we're gonna go after these guys because we want some more slaves. Charge them before they get away. Run! Run! I want slaves! No, they're out of bounds, damn it. I should have been faster there. So I can't capture that. Here we have Lemencum, founded by the Albrosius tribe. Lemencum changed its name to Chambéry during the Middle Ages, when it became the seat of power for the House of Savoy. I like this. I like the fact that it tells me what historically is part of that city and what happens afterwards. That's interesting. I do like that. So we we finished off one of the objectives here, one of the special objectives, or secondary objectives. And we need to find at least 2 abandoned forts in the Alps. I assume that's going to be Caesar's call. So you guys... Nope, that's for Caesar. This is for the other guys. So I need the cavalry to go... Not allowed by ceasefire. Didn't realize there was an issue. Let's go ahead and capture this mine then. Because there's still a horse guy there. We're resupplied. Yep, and we're capturing a mine. Nice. So while we've got that going for us, let's go ahead and move back over here to Caesar. And with Caesar, that's going to be fun. I'm going to have him capture that mine by himself, because that's what Caesar does. Oh, well, I guess, hold on. I can have him join this unit here. That way, at least he has some protection, right? That'd be important. It's not like these guys are doing anything right now. Good job. Alright, now they're together. Now you guys can go ahead and capture this mine here. Did we capture this farm yet? Or mine? Yes, we did. Alright. Capture that mine. And we're still trying to make our way over... I want to go here, but apparently I can't. Alright, we're capturing that mine now. I like the almost like the chess pieces that we move on the map here. I can zoom in and come, and see the actual units, or I can zoom out and just have it be on the map. I do like that. That's pretty cool. Apparently I have a ceasefire with the controlling faction here in Lugdunum, or Lugdunum. Lugdunum, settled by the Gauls, would become one of the most important Roman cities in the region after being
The Helvetii are crossing west of the Arar, but we need a stronger force before we can pursue. Lugdunum shall serve as the perfect staging ground.
Oh?
Recruiting new units is simple. Start by selecting Lugdunum.
Alright.
Now press the Recruit Unit button.
I can do that.
Finally, click one of the buttons to recruit that unit.
Sequani skirmishers. Fast-moving light infantry, skirmishers are fierce melee fighters, and their large numbers are ideal for swarming and surrounding enemies. So they're the same as the Helvetii skirmishers.
Units being recruited will appear in the Units tab. The green bar next to them shows the recruiting progress. If you remove them early from the city, they won't be at full power. While you're waiting on that unit, you should set up your supply lines. Start by moving some workers into this farm. You should find 2 worker units in Lugdunum.
I do. So you guys go to this farm and proceed to farm. You have another farm over there. Well, it looks like somebody's in there already. Yep, the Sequani on that.
To allow food to move from the farm to the city, select the farm, then right-click on the city.
Select the farm. Wait, I was wrong. Select the farm. Right-click on city.
You can also create supply lines between cities. Try creating a supply line between Lugdunum and Genava.
Okay, so left-click on Lugdunum. Right-click on Genava.
Food is very important to cities and armies, and they will easily be defeated if they're starving. Your food is indicated by the fish icon.
Nice.
Brigades will try to consume food directly from a city or camp as long as they're inside the yellow border that surrounds it.
Okay. So what about the other farm that we had here? These guys. Farm goes to Geneva. Aha! There you go. Even though it's still on fire. The never-ending fire. I like that. So we've got that going for us. We can bridge the RR, build 2 units in Lugdunum. We still need to move Caesar, though. Alright. Where are you going to go there, buddy? We need to move you, I guess, down here to... Alright, so here comes Caesar now with his legion. I gained a unit of slingers over in the other territory. Looked at them. I did, right? Yes, I did. Very cool. So I've got that going for us now. And I also have the skirmishers available to us. I also have another group of workers here, so... What else is near here that I can start to, I guess I can send them over to the mine, right? Workers, go to the mine. That's on fire. How are you doing, Caesar? Caesar's doing just fine. Alright, how about, getting some people over here in Geneva? Like new units? Nope, can't do a unit over in Geneva. That's unfortunate. So we have skirmishers and we have Baylurk slingers. The sling is one of the earliest ranged weapons developed. Slingers are cheap and easy to train, but lack the range or damage of more advanced ranged units. Without armor or melee weapons, slingers are highly susceptible to charges and direct combat. Oh, here we go. Caesar's nearing the territory of Darantasia, located on the site of the picturesque modern-day city of Montreux. Darantasia was cradled in the Alps and was intercepted by 2 major Roman roads in the region. All right. Can I just capture this? Yes, I can. Hostility +1. With who? Who's hostile now? New hostile faction, Selassie. Ah, I see. Interrupted. Huh! Did they kill Caesar? Julius Caesar has recovered and is ready for deployment, but apparently this unit was defeated. I don't know how. It just literally was. Where is he? Where is Caesar? Is he back in Geneva? Yes, he is. With a new unit, with a new legion. All right. Let's try not to have that happen again, shall we, guys? I'm not exactly sure how that even went down, but okay. There goes Caesar. There goes the legion. Let's join up these guys together. And, you know what? We're going to try and do a little rescue here. I think we can, right? Nope, they're already gone. Let's try that again, shall we? Interesting that we couldn't do that right away. What do we have over here now? We have a couple farms, logging camps, another mine. Looks like I can't build anymore, so... Alright, Caesar, once again heading over towards the Rantasia. We've got some gold. Income versus expenses, so there is an income coming in. What do these things do? The game manual. I don't need to read that. Diplomacy, which doesn't work right now. Oh, okay, so they've got a ranged unit of archers out. Alright, I seem to have had an error in the gameplay. Don't even know if this is still recording or not, but okay. And we're back. Encountered our very first game-breaking bug, and I decided to start recording right from here at the early access notes point because I wanted it to be very clear that this game is in fact still in early access. I just wanted an opportunity to showcase it to you guys because I haven't really done anything like that before, and I thought this might be a good opportunity to do just that. So I'm actually going to go over all of its known issues currently, and then you guys can decide on your own whether or not this is something for you. I'll leave the link in the description for purchasing. So known issues. Unit grouping is unfinished and should be avoided for now. Ship movement and combat is unfinished. Diplomacy costs have not been balanced yet. Some upgrade in officer attributes do not take effect yet. AI tactics are still fairly basic. For example, they won't try to flank you. AI doesn't build camps or forts. AI doesn't promote officers. AI doesn't make diplomatic requests. For the campaign, objective pacing and difficulty has not been balanced. Enemy units and set-piece battles have not been balanced. Some cutscenes are missing, and the transition between chapters is not working yet. Difficulty level in the campaign currently has no effect. For Sandbox, full map Sandbox and other sub-map modes will be added before release. AI config options in the Sandbox do not take effect. Advanced options for the Sandbox aren't working yet. Sandbox objective rewards have not been balanced. For the art, many farms and forts on the map have not been filled in yet with buildings, units, etc. Weather effects are temporary and will be replaced before launch. Special effects for blood, water, building damage, etc. are incomplete. Multiple placeholder graphics and GUI artifacts still exist. For the sound, music playback stutters and frequently gets out of sync. Most cutscenes do not have music yet. Sound effects are missing for GUI elements, particularly in dialogues and in the title screen. Most rivers do not have water sounds yet. And in the miscellaneous section, there is still significant stuttering when loading new assets. The game does not always recover from device resets, for example, alt-tabbing out of full screen mode, and not all the graphical configuration options are working yet. With all of that being said, this is an early access title. It is currently $24.99 US on Steam, and I believe that it can turn into something really nice. I am looking forward to seeing its updates, and I'm actually considering working with, the Longbow team as far as giving them bug reports and things. I actually am going to submit my very first bug report that you guys saw here in this video. So I'm interested, I'm intrigued, and I hope you guys are too. Until next time, this is J Square John Jeremy signing off, saying so long and take care.